Hello everybody, Joshua Hanning from Future-Morphs here. Well, not really Joshua, I am VoiceOver Joshua. This video was uploaded on the beginning of January, so a little over a month ago, spoken in Dutch, and I will show off all my 2024 babies that I bred myself and that I bought. The reason I do this voiceover is because I made a Dutch video, because most of my followers on YouTube are Dutch, and one of the comments, of course, was, I don't understand your stupid language, can you do it in English? So, I don't like it if people comment like that. You can also just ask instead of complain. But anyway, here I am doing what you guys want. So, I will, like I said, I will show you all the 2024 babies that are behind me now and also in one other room. So yeah, if it does not totally match up with what I show and what I tell, my apologies. I try to do my best to talk about the animal that you are seeing, but I don't know exactly what I said anymore, of course, with each animal. So maybe I have 10 seconds of talking and only 8 seconds of video. So my apologies, my apologies. But enough talking, let's just go to the snakes. And let's also do a traditional shoo, shoo. So some of the babies here are still in 3-liter Braplas, the smallest ones. The white ones are all from Nicola, so I won't show those because those are from Boo Snakery. But let's start with this male outcrossed mimosa. So by this hypo lavender had amelanistic anery and motley or striped. So yeah, it's like I said, an outcrossed mimosa sort of. He is pretty colorful in real life, but yeah, it's difficult to get on video because yeah, I have LED lights. So as you see, I try to do my best to show it well. But yeah, the colors, especially pink and orange colors, they just don't show up well with, yeah, if you film on an iPhone. But well, that's the best I can do at the moment. He was not the only one. I was really lucky. One of the last clutches of last year, I had 2 more in the clutch. So this is a male hypo lavender tessera from a mimosa to red factor pairing. And he's also had anery and some pos heads. More colorful than the previous one even already, but also hypo is involved. Or was it with the previous one as well? Oh yeah, it was as well. But yeah, this one is pretty cool actually. You can also see my setup. So for small ones I use wood chips and a small hide and a water bowl that I can just dispose of. The third one is the same as the previous one, but a female. It looks like she is in shed. So she's also mimosa to red factor hypo lavender tessera. Not as colorful, but that's basically always the case, of course, with lavenders. The males are always more pretty. This one, well, yeah, it sounds stupid. Unfortunately, she's not with us anymore. She was scaleless sunrise amelanistic, and in this video, so yeah, she's about 6 months old here or so, and she ate only 3 times. So even in the Dutch video, I think I say like, yeah, I'm not sure if she will make it, but yeah, of course I will try my best. But in the meantime, while I was on vacation, unfortunately she did not make it, so that's a shame, because yeah, she was pretty unique. But well, you cannot win all, of course. So the next one is this one. This is one I bought in Ham in December last year. It's a candy cane tessera, so a Miami amelanistic tessera. It has some yellow on the face and the beginning of the neck, so that's not the best for me. They should be as white as possible, but the body is really white. And I saw pictures of the parents, and they are also still really white. So yeah, when I saw this, well, it's like I said, not the best Miami that I would want to get, but looking at the parents, yeah, it looks pretty hopeful that it will stay a white animal basically without a lot of yellow. Like this part looks just bright white, of course. And also, yeah, maybe if you follow me, I was looking like really hard for a Miami male last year, and I could not find anywhere basically. So when I found this one, I decided, well, let's just buy him. And well, if upcoming year I will find a better looking male that might fit better with my breeding plans, then I would get it. But yeah, sometimes you don't have the option to get the best of the best. Here we are in the medium snake room again, and we start with a female that I bred myself from clutch number 1, scaleless hypo-pewter striped. So it was a good beginning of the year, quite a difficult combination to hit. I think from the top of my head it was 1 in 128 that I had the possibility to hatch this, and it hatched. And this is a female, so ideally I would have gotten a male. but he will come in a later video, because in the second clutch I was lucky again. So, and that was a male, so yeah, I was super lucky. You cannot really ask for more. But yeah, it's hypo, charcoal, diffused, striped, scaleless. So a lot going on. Then we have a male, just a scaleless. He is in shed, it looks like, but he is scaleless, maybe mask, het palmetto, caramel, hypo, motley, and this is male number 2. So same genetics, and there will become 3 females that are all the same. So they're all scaleless and maybe mask, het palmetto, caramel, hypo, motley, to make scaleless palmetto amber motleys, of course, in the future. And later in the video, you will also see some other combinations I could make with them from other clutches. We will just keep going. Another female. So I kept 2.3. So I already breed scaleless palmettos for a while, but yeah, I want to get more combinations involved. And amelanistic is nice, like butter, but sometimes they have bigger eyes. They tend to have more bug eyes with amelanistic. That's why I want to go for amber. So I think it will look nicer, and hopefully less chance of annoying bug eyes that you don't want. So I don't know what I'm explaining here. I think that she is in shed or something. It looks like I'm doing sign language, but I'm not good at it. Then we go to female amber tessera, motley striped, het scaleless, sun-kissed, amelanistic or ultra. So I already have some scaleless butter and amber with sun-kissed, so honey and lemon and saffron with scaleless. But I really want to get tessera in the mix, especially with striped, because yeah, sun-kissed and striped, they act funny together, and tessera and sun-kissed, they act funny together. So yeah, I want to make all combinations possible. This one wants to escape. She is quite a bigger female already. Red Vector Snow Striped. She's really colorful. She is hom or pos het sunrise. And on one hand you would think, well, yeah, sunrise, they are bright snakes, so probably it's a sunrise, which could be. On the other hand, she was pretty colorful as a baby already, and sunrise usually hatches without a lot of color, especially without a lot of red. The downside is I'd never seen a proven visual sunrise snow before. So all the sunrises that were out until last year were amelanistic, but not also with enery involved. So sometimes you just have to keep some stuff and hope for the best. But she, at least look-wise, I really like her. This is a male enery tessera from a mimosa line. You can see some color coming in. He is basically too bright for just a normal enery tessera, because those would be almost like black and white at this age. And this one looks more almost brownish. But he's also had lava, amelanistic, hypo, diffused, motley or striped. So there's a lot going on. But especially, the mimosa line is cool, but I wanted to get lava in there. So lavas in general can become really red. So hopefully lava with mimosa will also do a good combination. Here I'm explaining that mimosa is in between what's called apostrophes or something, because it's an outcross, of course. So this is a normal mimosa basically. Also quite colorful. It reminds me a bit of a toffee, or there's definitely some more yellow and oranges going on, but with the same heads as the male. What am I explaining here? Oh yeah, well, about the mimosa. So here we have a male microscaleless butter tessera motley. So it is a scaleless to a microscale mix. He is also hom or het hypo, but difficult to see, of course, because it's a butter. So yeah, it could be a hypo butter, but only breeding will find out. And he's also had enery. So we can also go towards snows and ghosts and all sorts of other combinations. Always good to have. I do like microscalers by look. That's why we also kept his sister, which in full shed, of course. This is a microscalus amelanistic tessera motley. Also hom or het hypo and het caramel and enery. Excuse me. Then we go to, a strange looking animal. He looks like, the beginning looks like a motley. So it's an amelanistic motley, you would think. But I think I will pick this one up to show the belly. And it has belly pattern, so it basically cannot be a motley. It is het microscale lavender caramel and hypo. Oh, am I showing it here? Do I remember correctly? So this looks pretty motley-ish. If you would not be an asshole, it would be easier. So yeah, it looks like a clear belly, but it's not totally clear. So I'm not sure if it's an amelanistic motley or just maybe a het motley otherwise. Because it's had micro scale, it might also mess up the pattern a bit. At least what I found with my visual micro scales that are also motley is that they never have an obvious motley pattern. And I talked to what's it called, Coordinator from Austria, I think, Switzerland, something like that. And they also said, like, yeah, we never bred like really typical motley micro scales. This was a hypo female, by the way, with the same heads, so you can read here if you want as well. So yeah, it could be that micro scale just messes up patterns in general. Another micro scalus. This is a snow tessera, and it could be a hypo snow tessera. It could be a caramel snow. It could be a motley as well. It looks pretty motley-ish, but maybe this is the one with the belly that I show as well. Not sure anymore. And it could be a buff. So yeah, maybe we have an amber buff snow tessera motley micro scalus. So then it would be really unique for breeding. Yeah, really powerful, of course. Just visually, it could be a snow tessera microscalers, of course. So, but yeah, genetically is really cool, of course, to have, but also, yeah, it is just fun for me to try to find out what's in him. This is his sister, and this is a microscalus amber. Probably a buff amber, I would think, but I'm not 100% sure, so it is in between brackets. And she has had amelanistic Enery and motley. And here you can also see a really strange pattern, like stripe in the neck, stripe on the back. But yeah, look, it has some pattern, so it's definitely not a motley. But yeah, again, micro scale and maybe also micro scalers. Yeah, it does messes up patterns in a good way. I really like this look. It's pretty unique, of course. So I'm not complaining, but yeah, just identifying motleys or het motleys can be more difficult. Here we have a het scaler. So this is a male from a mimosa to red factor pairing, hypo snow tessera motley. And he is het scalus. So I made similar breedings in 2023 and maybe even in 2022 as well. But eventually I sold all of them because one time the look was just not what I wanted. They were not pink enough. So yeah, I don't want to start a project that doesn't start out really colorful, of course. And the year after, I think it was mostly all males that were born or something. That's why I sold them as well. But this year I kept this pair. So one is that you just saw, the male hypo snow tessera motley, and this is a female ultramel ghost tessera motley as well. It looks really strange, but yeah, mimosa also messes up patterns. So don't always look at the pinstripe if you are thinking of tessera and motley. But yeah, especially for a female, there's also pretty pink already, and het scalers. So yeah, in the second generation, hopefully we'll get nice scalers babies. This is a male hypo palmetto het scalers. He could also be homozygous motley, but also difficult to say, and possible het amel caramel. So yeah, I just pointed up to the 2.3 scalers that I kept. Yeah, so these fit well. So also hypo is involved, palmetto and scalers is involved. Motley as well. These are just also amelanistic, as you just saw. The only downside is, yeah, they are pos het caramel. That's why I'm keeping, well, in total 2.2. Yeah, just to prove out. Worst case, yeah, we can still make amelanistic scalers palmettos, because yeah, the hypo and the motley you will, well, I won't say never really see, but as soon as amelanistic is involved, it will be almost impossible, of course. But well, amelanistic palmetto het scalers is also not the worst to have. Then we go to, in full shed, a male buff lemon striped het amelanistic or ultra. So it's buff, sunkissed, caramel, hypo striped, and then het amel or ultra. So, well, basically well, not the coolest. So maybe with ultra mel involved, it would be even cooler. Then you would get like a hypo sundust buff striped or so. And I want to get tessera in there as well, but that's something for next year's. This is from a totally different clutch. This is a Honey Tessera striped, and with the Tessera and striped you get a totally petaless animal, of course. It's from a Mimosa line, or outcrossed Mimosa as well. So this year, in 2025, I will make more Mimosa pairings, well, also with more Mimosa influence, but also with caramel and butter and amber, hopefully, fingers crossed. So this was just an outcross, and on one hand, I don't think Mimosa will do the most with caramel, because caramels don't show pink or oranges, of course, but sometimes Mimosa becomes more yellow as well. So who knows what you can do. And I am the founder of Mimosa, of course, so I can never be the one who makes all the breedings first. But sometimes you just have to try combinations, see if it works or not. And since I like caramel, I'm not complaining. This is a male Palmetto Ultramel Enery. Not too many freckles so far, and or spots, however you want to call it. And this is a female, also Palmetto Ultramel Enery. A few spots, as you can see, but not many. I don't know if it's typical for Ultramel Enery or so. I bred many Ultramel Palmettos and also Gold Dust Palmettos, but I never had Ultramel Enery before in 2024. So. Now we are looking at a Tequila Sunrise mix. It's Tequila Sunrise times Mimosa times Red Factor, Ultramel Enery Tessera. It's a female, especially for a female. It's really pink and colorful already. In probably this year, I don't know if I will even use my Tequila Sunrise male, because he was supposed to be an Ultramel Enery Poshead Motley or so, and he turned out he is an Ultra Ghost, and there's no Motley involved. Which doesn't make it a problem, but I cannot make snows with it. So I really like how Tequila Sunrise with snow looks as well. But since he's an Ultra Ghost, I can only make Ultramel Enerys with him. So I think I might skip him this year. And these are this one and also the next one you will see. Those are both females, and they are both Ultramel Enery and Ultramel Ghost. So this one is an Ultramel Ghost Het Motley, also Tequila Sunrise times Mimosa times Red Factor. She is in full set in this video, but you can see how pink she is. So for a female, I really like the color. So I'm just growing these females up, and then probably in let's say 2 years I will see what I can do with them breeding wise. Here are some more from Nicola, the white ones, but I'm climbing up my little stairs. This is a male Buff Butter Tessera, and he is Het Scaleless Palmetto Hypo Motley. He also fits really well in the group of Palmetto Scaleless, Amber Butters, however, which combination you want to make. Especially because this is also Het Hypo, and there's Buff involved, so I can make many combinations hopefully. So I kept the one male that you just saw, and also a bunch of females. So this is a female Buff Caramel, Het Scaleless Palmetto Amel Hypo Motley. And they also poshead pite-sided, although that won't do a lot in, or visually at least, in a Palmetto of course. But well, also the, just a Buff Caramel Tessera Scaleless or Amber would look cool of course. So this Caramel Tessera female. With all the same heads as I mentioned before. And then we go to a Buff Caramel Tessera. That's a bit brighter, especially in the neck is more yellow. So the body looks basically the same as babies, but Buff Caramels do get more colorful with age. And we have another female Buff Butter, and those are the coolest visually at least, because they're just so bright yellow. The male is even brighter I think, but they're both really, really yellow. But like I said, I'm not aiming per se for butters, mostly for Buff Ambers in this project. Well, this is a male that I bought, I think on Snake Day or so, or maybe a regular how to show. It's a male Palmetto Caramel, possible Tessera as well, and Het Scaleless Amelanistic. So again, he is a male for the same group as I just talked about. But it is good to have an unrelated male, of course. There's no hypo in him, that's the downside. But hey, like I said, it's good to have a visual Palmetto and an unrelated one. This one is a really strange one. It's an extreme pied pint-sided fire, or hypo fire even, but she looks really orange, so you would think like, yeah, it looks like a literal orange, like it could be a buff, but as far as I know, there's totally no buff in the line, so the mother is an amelanistic, or a fire, so yeah, she's definitely visually not a buff, and the male from the top of my head is a high white ghost, het amelanistic, so yeah, it could be that there's buff in him, but I did not buy him like that, because yeah, I did not breed the father myself. But yeah, it could be, because with Enery you won't really see it. But yeah, there were only just 2 or 3 of them like these in there. But yeah, this was just so bright that I just had to keep it. And it's so, yeah, it's high white or extreme white. So I do like that. Just visually, it's just a really beautiful animal to me. So yeah, why not keep it? And then I'm blah, 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 blah. I can talk so much sometimes. It annoys myself. No. But, Joshua, go to the next one. Good boy. This is a female scaleless Amber Tessera Motley pint-sided. Well, if you see on the sides towards the belly, well, if the female doesn't move all the time, but you can see some white. So yeah, it's not an extreme white or whatever. But yeah, I did not even expect to make him in pint-sided in 2024, so I was lucky yeah, that some females also carry pint-sided with them. Oh, this is a male scaleless Amel Sunrise question mark. So this is the brother of, yeah, in the beginning of the video I talked about a female that did not make it. So this is also pretty colorful. But yeah, also there are no scaleless Amel Sunrises made before 2024. So yeah, maybe this is it, but it's difficult to say. It is more colorful than normally, but yeah, scaleless amelanistics can be really bright anyway. But well, I'm just keeping him and yeah, see what happens. Well, if you remember clutch number 1, so for the scaleless hypoputer striped, this is the brother. Well, it is the same parent, so it is a brother, but from a second clutch. Yeah, so hypoputer striped scaleless, a male. This pair I bought from Sami Snakes. It's a male Palmetto Charcoal, het scaleless and Amel or Ultra. And he's not happy, so Sander and Michelle, you should tame your snakes better. Look, what a angry little snake that is. No, it's not too bad. Compared to some of my mimosas, this animal is quite nice actually. And this female, it's a sibling, it's a scaleless Charcoal. Het amelanistic or ultra as well, and possible 66% pos het palmetto, so fingers crossed of course. She is pretty dark in the tail but pretty light in the neck, so yeah, sometimes the lighter animals are the het palmettos of course, but difficult to say. But worst case, I'm hoping I can make scaleless ultra male charcoals, that would also be nice. And in that group, this one also fits really well. I bought this as well in France at the Béthune show. This is a female scaleless blizzard, het palmetto. So it fits the male really well, of course, because yeah, he is the palmetto charcoal, het scaleless Amel or ultra. So yeah, perfect match basically. And this is one I bought in Houten as well. Oh yeah, this was on Snake Day. It's a male topaz, so a lava caramel. Het cinder striped, pos het amelanistic. And I have a female, I have to think, what is it? She is a honey striped, pos het lava, something like that. So he's basically perfect match for her. So yeah, I picked him up. I like how caramel lavas, also topaz look. But yeah, also genetically he's quite nice. So those were all the animals. Now you have to look at my face for about a minute more or so. Well, I hope you like this. Sometimes, yeah, people are not happy if I make videos in English, but also sometimes people are not happy if I make videos in Dutch. So hopefully now everybody's happy. And no, I won't do it in Spanish and German and whatever. But anyway, I think, yeah, you had some nice snakes to look at. Hopefully, yeah, you also appreciate that I'm so open, and yeah, I really try to show as much as I can of my collection and how I do things. Sometimes it gets criticized, but in overall, I think I'm doing a good job. So, well, anyway, hope you liked it. In about a week, I will be at the Houten show in the Netherlands. I won't have a table because all my babies are sold out, so I won't have anything for sale. But I will be a visitor, so if you want to say hello or come have a chat or whatever, then just say, Joshua, here I am, and We will make it happen. Oh, and the next video will be also a voiceover, but of my 2023 holdbacks. So those are animals of, that are a year and a half old or so. And they get way more colorful, of course, so that's also pretty cool. Here I'm probably saying that you should subscribe and go to the next video. So do that, so you make Joshua happy. And hopefully I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!